Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel where today we are going to be reviewing the Packers Week 8 very close victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars, where the Packers won 30-27 off of a walk-off field goal by Brandon McManus for the second straight week. As usual, we're going to go through the scoring summary, box score stats for the Packers, and then my overall thoughts and key contributors to this game. Before we do that, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And let's go ahead and dig in. Start off with the Josh Jacobs 3-yard touchdown run in the beginning of the second quarter for a 7-0 Green Bay lead. McManus hit a 31-yard field goal for a 10-7 lead. Trevor Lawrence brought the game within 3 for Jacksonville with a 6-yard touchdown run. McManus then hit a 38-yard field goal for a score of 13-7. And then the Jaguars got it in within 3 with a Cam Little 39-yard field goal of his own. The Jaguars then took a lead on a Brian Thomas Jr. 14-yard touchdown pass, 17-13 Jacksonville. The Packers able to get the lead back on a magnificent 38-yard touchdown run by Josh Jacobs, the second on the day, for a 20-17 lead. Packers extended it to 10 with a Tucker Kraft 3-yard touchdown pass from Malik Willis. We'll get into in a minute why he was in that game for 27-17. Little hit a 47-yard field goal, and then an Evan Ingram 14-yard touchdown pass from Trevor Lawrence, where he just basically mossed Keyshawn Nixon. Tied the game at 27-27, but left too much time on the clock for the Packers as we were able to march down the field and kick the game-winning field goal 30-27. The Packers outgained the Jaguars 422-390. We had one less turnover than Jacksonville, had 3 more first downs, and we had about 10 more minutes in time of possession as it was mainly a running game for Green Bay. So box score wise, Jordan Love 14-22, 196 yards, no touchdowns, 1 pick. Did not get sacked, but after the first drive, it looked like he aggravated an injury. Kept playing through it until about midway the start of the third quarter when he was taken out of the game due to a groin injury. Luckily, he's not related to his knee, which is a very good sign. But so far, we do not know the extent of that injury. Should find out later today about that. But yeah, Jordan, he was forcing things a little bit at times. But overall was a decent performance for the Packers. But then Malik Willis came in and absolutely ran this offense for the Packers in a really good way. Went 4 for 5 for 56 yards, including a touchdown pass to Tucker Kraft and a long pass to Jaden Reed that set up the game-winning field goal on a beautifully designed play by Matt LaFleur. For rushing, this is where, Josh Jacobs had probably his best game as a Packer. 25 carries, 127 yards, averaging over 5 yards a pop and 2 touchdowns. Malik Willis had 23 yards rushing. Brooks had 16 yards rushing as well. So running game really stepped up for the Packers. Josh Jacobs has been a workhorse for the Packers. He did look like he was limping a little bit at the end of the game, but he should be okay to go for Detroit. Receiving, Tucker Kraft led the receiving yards with 3 for 78 and a touchdown long of 67 yards. Dobbs 3 for 72, Reed 2 for 55, Watson 4 for 39, and Wicks 2 for 11. And Devontae White had a fumble recovery off of an Edgerrin Cooper sack, which was the only sack of the day for the Packers. Cooper had 9 total tackles, 5 solo, 1 tackle for loss, 1 sack, 1 pass deflection on a ball where he kept up with Christian Kirk over the middle when he was looking like he was blitzing and knocked it out of his hands. Eric Wilson had 9 tackles, McDuffie 8 tackles, McKinney had 6 tackles, including a pass deflection. Van Ness had a tackle for loss. Evan Williams left the game with an injury, and you can really tell that the defense suffered without him, and Javon Bullard really struggled when Williams left. We'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, pass deflections. Jair Alexander had 2 of them. He had a really solid game as well. Gary had a quarterback hit, as did Preston Smith. McKinney had his 6th interception of the season today that set up the first Packers touchdown. So really good job there by Xavier McKinney. Kicking, McManus, perfect on the day, made all 3 field goals, all 3 extra points. And Daniel Whelan continues to be a really good punter for the Packers. 5 for an average of 48.2 with a long of 63, and 3 of them were inside the 20. So, yeah, Dan Whelan, he has been a stud for special teams so far this year. So yeah, guys, got a shout out. Malik Willis coming in cold, has him placed as week 3 against the Titans, and improved his record to basically 3-0 against the AFC South with holding down the fort. Did exactly what he needed to do, and he made an absolutely beautiful pass to Jaden Reed on that final drive for 51 yards to set up the Packers to win the game. So got a shout out Malik Willis there. Jordan Love, we talked about his injury. Looked a little bit off. You could definitely tell after that first drive he was not doing great because that injury was bothering him all game. And finally, it was just like, it's enough. We need to pull him to make sure he is healthy for the remainder of the season, especially next week. But Jordan Love played all right. The interception was inexcusable. Just tried to throw it an out route very, very late. And Jones of the Jacksonville Jaguars able to pick it off. So not the greatest game from Love, but also definitely not the worst I've seen from him. Josh Jacobs cannot rave enough about this guy. He's a top 5 rusher in the NFL so far this year, and it doesn't even really feel like it. He's very good. He's been very good for his offensive line, and Sean Ryan got to shout him out. He has won that right guard position away from Jordan Morgan. Him and Zach Tom have been absolutely insane for Green Bay on the offensive line, and we only got 1 sack on a Malik Willis scramble, so. And that's with Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen Hines being on the opposite. And the only really good part of this Jaguars defense was those two. And we held them at bay pretty good. So shout out for rushing and O-line. Tucker Kraft continues to ascend in the tight end world. The only tight end who has more catching touchdowns than him is George Kittle, who is having an outstanding season for San Francisco. Dobbs was really good when Love was in the game. Obviously, when Willis came in, a lot more focused on the run game, so some of these guys did not get as much. Jaden Reed, even though he kind of struggled all game, had that big catch to set up the field goal. Love to see the effort out of these guys. They are playing really good football, complimentary football out of the receiving game. Let's talk about the defense now. Things were going pretty good in the first half until rookie stud Evan Williams left the game with a hamstring injury. And after that happened, everything kind of fell apart as we couldn't really replace him in the safety room because we moved Bullard from slot to being that safety where Williams was at, and he struggled in that role. It was an in-game adjustment that he was not ready for, and Bullard gave up quite a few touchdowns of easy. As soon as Bullard was playing safety, it was movement for the Jaguars. So we need Evan Williams to get back healthy because he is a linchpin of this defense. Cooper, again, needs to be playing more snaps. He had the 3rd least amount of snaps out of all the linebackers, and he definitely played the best. Dude is a blitzing machine. 9 total tackles, got a sack, forced a fumble. This dude just keeps making splash play after splash play, and we need to see more of him. Wilson McDuffie played all right. Xavier McKinney continues to be one of the best free agent signings in Packers history. After this 1 year, he has 6 interceptions. That's almost as much as the Packers had all of last season. All of last season. And he has it in 8 games. And he is just, he's absolutely been incredible. Kenny Clark has some good pressures as well. Rashawn Gary, overall, the pass rush needs to be able to generate more with just 4. We can't be blitzing every single drive to get pressure. So we need Rashawn Gary, Kenny Clark to get better, Preston Smith to get better. Honestly, we need to get more Carl Brooks action because he has been electric when he's been in. So, yeah. Then, McManus and Whelan. The 2 special teamers have been absolutely great for the Green Bay Packers ever since McManus got here. Whelan's been good all year, but McManus has been a game changer for us as we have a reliable kicker for the first time since Crosby started going downhill. So, overall, we got away with a win. A win is a win in the NFL, and so the Packers now sit at 6-2. We have won 4 straight games. Could have been 7 straight games if we did not miss a field goal against the Vikings. But now we're heading into kind of a difficult part of our schedule because we have the Lions coming to Lambeau next week. The Packers are banged up. Love is hurt. Jacobs limped off. Jair limped off, and Evan Williams got hurt. We need those guys healthy to stand a chance against the Lions because the Lions are an absolute buzzsaw of a team right now. So that is going to be a very, very tough game. But then we play the Bears, who struggled against the Commanders. So the Packers should be able to do good against them. 49ers, who are good, but have had their struggles. Then the Dolphins and the Lions. So we could really put ourselves in a good position here, but the Lions are going to be the toughest team this Packers team has faced all season long. So, yeah, next week is going to be very, very, very scary. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. How do you think the Packers did, and what do you think about their future as well? Overall, we are in a much better place than we were this time last season at 3-5. We're at 6-2 and should be able to make the playoffs. But who knows what the future holds, and I just hope the guys just get healthy because we need them desperately. So, see you guys soon. Peace.